Hello, YouTubers. How are you? It's good to be back, and I know it's been just a little bit since I've put up a video, but today I'm going to do a product review for you. I haven't done one of those in a while on video, so I thought I'd take the time to do one today. And now, this is a product that I have had for quite a while, I have to say, and I'm quite behind on getting this reviewed. But this is a foundation by BlackUp Cosmetics. It is called their Fond de Teint Fluid or Fluid Foundation. This is color FL7. Now, BlackUp is a company out of France, and their mission, while they create products that can be used by women ranging from very light complexions to very dark complexions, they actually make their cosmetic products specifically with women of color in mind. And as I said, I was sent this some time ago for consideration, and I really do have to apologize for not getting to this sooner. But towards the end of last year, there were quite a few things going on in my life at the time, and I just really was not able to get around to reviewing this in a timely manner. But anyway, as I was saying, it's a liquid foundation. As you can see, it comes with a pump, which I really like that idea. The pump is airless, meaning that once you press the plunger, there is no air going into the space and refilling the space once the product comes out. So you're actually able to get every single drop of product out of this container. So I really, really like that. I would say that this gives probably a medium coverage. If you need it to be a lighter, more sheer coverage, you can always thin this out with, um, you know, Fix Plus, some distilled water, or there are some products out there on the market specifically made for thinning out your foundations. I put one pump on my palette just to show you what it looks like and what the consistency is. It's not runny at all. It's a little heavier than some of your liquid foundations. And for myself, I find that one pump is enough to cover my entire face. And since I'm also coming to you in this video without makeup, I thought I'd go ahead and show um, the way that I am currently applying any of my liquid foundations. So as you can see, I've put some on my palette here. And I'm going to take this brush by Sonia Kashuk. It's a multi-purpose dual fiber brush. Okay. Since I don't need a whole lot of coverage, I tend to spray my brush and dampen it and then put it in my foundation and apply it that way. And give me just a second. I'm going to tie my hair back here a little bit. Now, I find this foundation to be very easy to apply. On my blog yesterday, I wrote about several different methods you can use for applying foundation. You can, of course, use your fingers. Like I'm doing, you can use a brush, either a dual fiber like mine, or perhaps a kabuki, or you could even use a standard um, flat brush to apply this. But what I'm doing now, hold it up so you can see, I'm just basically taking my bristles and tapping it into the product. You can see. And I'm kind of tapping it on my palette a little bit just to make sure that all of the bristles get evenly covered. You can see how much product is on there. Now, believe me, that little bit of product is going to be enough to go over the top half of my face. And what I begin doing is first stippling this on. Stippling this just basically allows you to lay down your product where you want it. Once I've got it stippled on, I go back and hopefully my camera won't budge too much. I'm sitting on my bed with my computer today so I could be near the window and have some natural lighting. But once I've stippled on the product, you can see I'm taking my brush now and I'm just swirling it over the area to be covered. This is also referred to as buffing. I like to buff in my product so it literally disappears and melds with my skin. Therefore, you don't see where my skin stops and my makeup begins. Now, of course, in order to preserve that illusion that this is all your natural skin, you first have to have your foundation color matched very carefully to your skin tone. Get it as close as possible to your natural skin tone. That's probably the biggest hurdle to overcome in getting a really natural looking application. And then once you've got that very natural looking foundation shade right for you, the next step in getting your perfect application is, of course, the actual tools and methods that you use to apply the foundation. Now my brush is almost dry, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to spritz it again. By the way, I've just got a spray bottle here filled with distilled water. It has a fine mist sprayer on it. And that's what I'm using to mist my brush with. I'm going to dab it in my foundation a little more. And this next bit, I'm going to put on the side of my face, again, stippling first to get it on the area that I wish to cover. And now under the eye, that's the one place I find that if I sweep back and forth up under the eye, I'm able to get my application a little more even. Just right in that area and right around the nose. Just sweeping in. But then every place else, once I've stippled, I go back and I buff. And if you notice, I have a very consistent buff pattern here. I'm using very light pressure on my brush, and I'm swirling in one place to a count of 4. And then when I move my brush, I'm making sure that my swirling motions are kind of overlapping the last spot that my brush was on. That way I'm sure to get a very even, consistent coverage all across my face. Here on my chin, I kind of put my bottom lip over my teeth. So I can really kind of get into that little dimple there on the chin. And you notice I'm also taking this down and underneath my jawline. That's just so that the color is blended into my neck area very well, so you don't see a line of demarcation. Now one more spritz here, and I will quickly do the other side of my face. For those of you that read my blog, Levels of Beauty, I posted an article yesterday on the several different tools and techniques that can be used to apply your foundation. So when you get a chance, it would be very much appreciated if you head over that way and check out the blog. All kinds of interesting, good, useful information about makeup products, makeup techniques, tricks to use, all of that stuff. I will put the link down in the description box for you. As you can see, this is going on really quickly. And this foundation applies very smoothly, gives wonderful coverage. Now, as I've said, I don't tend to need a lot of coverage on my face. That's why I'm spraying my brush and thinning the foundation down for my needs. If you need heavier coverage, if you need the medium coverage, then fine, just use it straight as it comes out of the dispenser. You can still use your fingers or a brush or a sponge. I would recommend, if you're using a sponge, just because sponges tend to soak up so much product, I would recommend that you do spray your sponge lightly to keep most of the product on the surface of the sponge instead of losing it into the sponge fiber. Now, you can see I've got that all on. And if you take a look here at the hairline, you can see it's blending in really well. No gaps in coverage. I now have a nice, smooth, even complexion using very, very little product. On BlackUp's website, this amount of foundation, which is 0.85 fluid ounces or 25 milliliters, sells for $39. And I know some of you are probably going to gasp and say, oh my God, but actually that is not a bad price. As you saw, one pump of this covers my entire face. I've been using this almost daily for at least a couple months now. And you can see I still have quite a bit left here in the container. So really, $39 isn't bad. If you're interested in ordering this product, I'll put a link in the description box. The website is blackupcosmetics.com. Great people to deal with, and I think this is just fantastic. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the review, and it's really good to be back. Great to see all of you again. I'll try not to make it so long before I post another video. You all have a very blessed day. I love you. I'll talk to you again. Blessings. Bye-bye.